company for providing funding so local channel can continue to provide me with a diversity of information that strengthens our community.
Log on to learn more about what your local cable channel does for your community.
It's 7 o'clock. I'll call the Savage City Council meeting to order. Roll call.
Mayor Kelly?
Here.
Council members Bergstrom? Here. Coughlin? Craig's? Johnson?
Here.
Let's stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, next we're going to move on to public comments. Before I say that, I just wanted to make sure that the public saw the Facebook post that the Treats and Tunes has been canceled for tomorrow night, and I'll try and remember to say it again at the end of the meeting. All right, public comments. The mayor and the city council believe public comments are a necessary component to elected governance. With this principle in mind, we welcome individuals to come to the podium to inform us of an issue or provide feedback or concerns about matters in Savage. Please come to the podium, provide your name and address. We ask that you limit your comments to 3 minutes. Is there anyone in the audience who would like to make a comment?
Wasn't going to. Hello everyone, my name is Matt Hempel. I'm on the Joppa Avenue full address. That helps.
If you leave it with the clerk, that'll be good enough.
For sure.
Thank you.
So I'm just here with the incident that happened last week. There was another gun flashing. It wasn't obviously as severe as the last two over the 18 months. But just wanted to come, and fortunately I was able to meet with a couple people and the police chief as well, just to talk through some concerns. But it's becoming increasingly difficult to live in that neighborhood. I have a 5-year-old with autism and a 3-year-old, and 8 years ago when we moved in, things were great. We used the parks all the time. Now I have to try to explain to my son that that park's not safe. Very, very difficult. Fortunately, there's the Todd lot, which is a little bit closer, which is not as much fun for a 5-year-old, but still fun. But just through speaking with my neighbors and my wife, just trying to process how do I know that I live in a safe neighborhood? How do I know that I live in a safe community, recognizing that it's not just mine, that it is a larger piece, and that everyone is allowed to use a park. I have no dissonant opinions about that, but I should also be able to feel safe in my own community, my own home. And so I was just hoping that the council and the police department and things can just try and help us understand what is being done, what can be done. And I don't envy that position because I don't know, and I'm at a loss. But was hoping that it could be discussed some point tonight around what plans there might be, what actions could be taken, both from a policy, from a council, from a community. It's all of our jobs to do together, but I think we look to you all for some direction, some push that we can then get behind and feel supported.
Thank you. You speaking is very important, and I don't know about the other council members, but I have heard from a number of residents about what happened, and I'm actually going to turn it over to the city administrator to do an update on that situation. I'm sorry.
We're having some technical difficulties apparently, and so the microphones are not working. Yours is the only one at the dais that's working. Unfortunately, the podium is not either, so what you said is good. It's all recorded, so you're fine.
Vance is now working. Megan, now try yours.
Oh, now it is.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh. Okay.
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 Councilmember Johnson.
I'm sorry. Really passing it around.
Thank you.
Yeah, go ahead, Brad. It's fine. It's just recording.
Gotcha. Thank you, Mayor, council members. Thank you for coming and speaking. So
Staff is in the process of getting quotes for security cameras at the park right now. We're scoping out what that project would look like. We have to look at the power supply, where we had put them. There's different types of cameras that we can put out there. And then, of course, how are we going to get that video back to us? How are we going to manage that video, et cetera, et cetera. So we're going through that process right now. I had sent you an email, Mayor, earlier today saying that we thought we'd get those numbers by tomorrow. We're finding more things we need to get numbers on, so this is probably going to be towards the end of the week that we get the numbers. We do have Scott County's mobile trailer out there, surveillance trailer. It's out at Northern Tool because we get better visibility at Northern Tool. That's not a permanent solution. We have that, we think, for a couple weeks. But that is out there right now, providing surveillance to the area. We have increased activities out at the park, unfortunately, because it's still relatively early in the spring, summer. We haven't got to those, but we have opened up the community gardens at Riverbend Park. We have Treats and Tunes scheduled for June. I think it's June 16th. June 16th, close to 17th, okay. Treats and Tunes. We're also having a Peace Pole celebration there. And then we also have some sports teams that will be using the park. So that will get more people there, more activity. In our experience, when people want to behave badly, they typically don't want to do that when there's other people around. So we think that will help, but we are looking at options to increasing the surveillance there.
Thank you. I do want you to know and the rest of the residents to know this is something that we are seriously looking at what we can do. And as I've said to some other residents, you know, each park is different. And so the solution for this park is going to be unique to this park and where it's at and what that means. So we are not treating this lightly, and we are going to do what we need to make sure that the park is safe, because it should be. And your 5-year-old should be able to enjoy that park and not have to go to the Todd Park. And I think the police have increased their presence there. And the other thing I want to say is, because I've had a couple of people ask me the question, which is, when do I call the police? And my dad always used to say to me, trust your gut. If your gut is telling you something's not safe, then it's maybe not safe. And so that's what I'm going to say to residents, is if your gut says something's not right, then call the police. And the number to call is 911. I know it seems weird to call 911 when you don't know for sure if it's an emergency, but that is the correct number to call, because it is the fastest way for the police to be notified that there is a potential situation that they need to deal with. So thank you. And we will continue to figure out what we need to do at that park. It's important. Is there anyone else who wants to say anything? All right, with that, we will move on to additions, modifications, and approval of the agenda. Are there any additions or modifications?
None from staff, Mayor.
I will entertain a motion.
I make a motion to approve the agenda as written.
Second.
Motion by Johnson, seconded by Bergstrom. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries. There are no proclamations this evening. There are no presentations. The minutes. Approve the minutes of the regular City Council meeting from May 5th, 2025. Are there any corrections?
No.
I'll entertain a motion.
A motion to approve the minutes from the meeting May 5th, 2025.
I'll second.
Motion by Bergstrom, seconded by Johnson. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries. Next, approve the minutes of the City Council work session for May 12th, 2025. Any additions or corrections?
None.
I will entertain a motion.
I'll make a motion to approve the work session from May 12th, 2025.
A second.
Motion by Johnson, seconded by Bergstrom. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries. There are no public hearings tonight. The consent agenda. These are routine items of business that are collectively presented for approval through a single motion. A council member may request that an item be pulled from the consent agenda for separate discussion and action. Under personnel, adopt a resolution authorizing personnel actions for the City of Savage. Under Engineering and Utilities, adopt a resolution receiving plans and specifications and authorize advertisement for bids for the Water Treatment Plant 3 Filter Media Rehabilitation Project, City Project 25-05. Under Planning, 1, adopt a resolution approving the developer's agreement for Brazier Estates, City Project 24-14. 2, adopt a resolution approving the adoption of the final alternative urban area review update and mitigation plan by Prior Lake Aggregates, Inc., for its mining property and the Big Sky Estates development site, City Project 24-41. Under Finance, adopt a resolution to approve claims listing, and under General, adopt a resolution approving a temporary on-sale liquor license for the Dan Patch Days celebration, June 27th to 28th, 2025. Is there anything anybody wants to pull or discuss? I will entertain a motion.
Make a motion to approve the agenda or the consent agenda as read.
Second, sorry.
Motion by Johnson, seconded by Bergstrom. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. There are no items under our general business calendar. City council reports.
I do have one.
Yay!
So I successfully registered for the Metro Cities 2025 Housing and Economic Development Policy Committee. So I will be attending those. There's 3 dates this summer: July, August, and September.
Terrific.
Yes, that's it.
Anything else?
Nope, not for me.
I had a I-35 Alliance meeting, and I'm trying to get my meeting minutes up, my notes up. Well, the fundamental conversation was around the Orange Line and Network Now on the Orange Line. Again, real similar kind of conversation around the microtransit increase, from community to community, just kind of robust route frequency. You have a 27% increase on Orange Line use. That's 1,800 weekday trips, which is essentially 900 trips, like if you go there and back. That's kind of what that means. And 1,000 weekend back and forth trips, which I thought the weekend was surprising.
Yeah.
On the Orange Line. And then the other thing they're working towards is there's currently a 15-minute frequency on weekend for bus traffic. We're going to increase that to 10 minutes during the weekday for rush hour period as well, which makes it more usable. The other kind of interesting thing, just more use of terminology, but the express routes have essentially gone away. And so and what's replaced them are the things like the Orange Line, et cetera.
Yeah.
So it's just a different philosophy of the express to these dedicated lines as well as to the microtransit. Richfield was a little disappointed in all that because, again, for them, they had the express going downtown, so it was a bigger deal. But for us, this Orange Line coming from the outer suburbs, it works better. There's fewer stops type thing. But that was really the gist of the meeting. We're setting our budget again for next year for dues and et cetera. Probably see a rate increase back to what our baseline was with the expenses we're seeing in our cash on hand requirements, but otherwise. Regular meeting.
All right.
Yeah.
I have a quick question. Did they say why weekend was more? I mean, I know it's the weekend, but is it?
It's just picking up. I think it's, again,
weather.
I think basically what I was understanding is the consistency of the line itself versus the express was enough to allow people to utilize it more. They felt more confident it was running, and timing was better, just in terms of its frequency, lack of delay.
Makes sense.
So I think that has become more reliable, which is why the trains, I think, work better because it's a reliable schedule, and the buses are getting onto something very similar as well.
And I think,
Thank you.
Mayor, council members, I think I heard also that events on the weekend.
Oh,
Big drive,
Yeah.
yeah.
thank you.
That's my report.
Thank you. There was just one thing that I was invited to, and unfortunately I was out of town, so I couldn't go. So I'm going to turn it over to staff, who I heard did a fabulous job filling in for me.
Thank you, Mayor, council members. I'm actually going to turn it over to Regina or Greg or Jeremy, if you guys want to talk to the queries, I actually was not there. Or Matt, you have.
Don't everybody jump at once.
Hopefully it works.
Nobody jump at, not everybody can come up.
I have made this work. Yes, so a few of us staff members were able to go to, what was the elementary school? Harriet Bishop Elementary School and attend the 5th grade career day. So very good attendance. There was, what would you say, about 20 of us in total, various different agencies, divvied up into 4 different groups to talk to 4 different 5th grade classes. I didn't put them to sleep talking about finance, so that is good. I know. I was convinced that I got invited for nap time. I was not. But yeah, just telling them about what we do, what got us into this profession. I had in my group a DEI director from a local construction company, a nurse from a nursing home in Bloomington, and then a front-end software engineer at Target. So good, diverse group. But yeah.
I think everybody else is confident and comfortable that Matt spoke enough. I just want to extend my personal gratitude to the staff members who did it. One of the things I have said to Brad and some of our department heads is that I think we're in a really unique position to really talk to our youth about what it's like to be in city government. And I think perception is sometimes different than reality, and I think it's really important to make sure that our kids know these are great jobs, and these are great people who do these jobs, and they're important. So, all right, and we'll move on to written communication, general information, and follow-up. So the only thing I have is a reminder to everybody that Treats and Tunes has been canceled, unfortunately, for tomorrow evening. And with that, I will entertain a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
Motion by Bergstrom, seconded by Johnson. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed. Motion carried. We